Our top story, could your national flood insurance policy be worthless when you actually need it? We've found a loophole that allows the federal government to deny your claim. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Lee.
And I'm Keith Kate. Thank you for joining us tonight. Our consumer investigator Shannon Binkin uncovered the potential problem. She is joining us in studio tonight to explain. Shannon.
Jen, Keith, a Pinellas County veteran did the right thing by buying a national flood insurance policy. But now, because of a failure in the system, her family is on the hook for nearly $100,000 in damages to their home. And this is after the federal government sold them a flood policy they can't use. Just 2 months after Danielle Jensen and her family moved from North Carolina to this Shore Acres home, Tropical Storm Debbie blew through.
It was the second or third surge. It was at 3 a.m. in the morning. Water started coming in.
The flood left an estimated nearly $100,000 in damages, but they thought they were protected. Jensen tells me she knew Shore Acres was a risk, so they bought an $8,600 national flood insurance policy administered by FEMA. But weeks after an adjuster started their claim, it was denied for the unthinkable. They were told the previous homeowner filed a claim for the same damaged materials in December 2023 and did not make repairs.
He told me that he had received the prior loss report, he looked at it, and that it was the worst case scenario. And that from the prior loss report, from the pictures, it was clear that the house was in the exact same state that it was when he viewed it.
So her family is on their own, forking over tens of thousands of dollars to repair their home. And now they will not get reimbursed.
So even down to the appliances that have the same serial number from the prior loss claim.
What's happening to Danielle's family could happen to anyone buying a national flood policy. There was no public record to check to see if there was prior damage that wasn't repaired. Still, this family was sold an expensive policy.
It's worthless. Unless we flood again after we've made all of these repairs, at which point we could use it because it's all new materials.
Would you have ever bought this house if you'd done this?
No.
Danielle tells me FEMA tells her they don't require policyholders prove they made repairs. That leaves her questioning why she was sold this policy in the first place.
It doesn't protect home buyers like us.
Do you think the law needs to change?
Yeah, there needs to be checks put in place so that this doesn't happen again.
I reached out to FEMA with questions, and I was stunned by their response. FEMA confirmed that the NFIP does not cover previously damaged materials if the prior homeowner didn't make the repairs. But here's the kicker. FEMA does not require proof of those repairs, and new home buyers cannot request a prior claim report until after they purchase the home. Even then, they wouldn't know if those repairs had ever been made.
I'm stunned. I'm almost speechless watching to think that could happen. But it seems like you could almost go after the previous owner. I mean, in some cases, I don't know, I'm bringing up a whole can of worms now just watching this. But she's right. Do policies need to change? Are laws need to be enacted here?
Well, there's a lot to unpack, and we are looking at the real estate disclosures here. There's a lot of angles to this story. But what is clear is that new homeowners are not being protected and could be buying expensive and useless national flood policies. I reached out to Congresswoman Kathy Castor's office and was told that they're looking into this family's situation because they live in her district, and they're looking into whether or not a legislative fix is needed to help the national flood program. We see all this flooding, we tell people get these policies, and then look what happens.
Well, and if people are playing by the rules, it works, and it would have been great, but in this case, not so much, and that is a loophole. Good you uncovered it, and more to come on this one.